Hello all, so today I want to share with something I made when I was a kid. Probably one of my first ever self-built minifigures built to represent an actual fictional character Lego hadn't made. So I found this in my Lego box. I don't have all my Lego from when I was a kid, but I have some of it in a little shoe box still, and a lot of leftover pieces from sets I built recently. And he must have ended up in that box when I was clearing out my room before I moved out into this place. And yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, I remember making this when I was a kid. He's hiding underneath this Dr. Eggman coaster. I don't really know if you want to know much about that coaster. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan. I used to really like him as a kid, but my parents got me this coaster a few Christmases back, and I really like a good coaster. And yeah, it was just what I had nearest by. Anyway, I'm going to reveal to you one of the first Lego minifigures I made. Like I say, I'm not much of a mock creator, and are you ready? Da-da-da-da. Look at that. Isn't it awful? I think it's supposed to be the Pillsbury Doughboy or the Little Chef. One of those two. I don't know why I was so obsessed with making a minifigure of the Pillsbury Doughboy / Lego Chef. Lego Chef / Mini Chef. I don't think Mini Chef even exists anymore. And if it does, it was only in the UK. It might be other places of the world. They were like little roadside sort of cafes, restaurants, or truck stop sort of things. I used to travel a lot around as a kid from London to just general places around the country. So a lot of my childhood memories are in the backseat of a car, keeping myself entertained and looking at little chefs. I think we went into them every now and then as well. Yeah, as you can see, he is really, really battered. He's got horrible discoloured white arms and legs. His actual hands seem to have fared fairly well there, and his head and hat are absolutely discoloured. They're like that horrible sort of creamy yellow, creamy yellowy white, as opposed to a nice white colour. Even that head, where's that camera? Even that head is absolutely bad. Look at his little face. Hello. Oh, it's awful. But yeah, clearly I loved the Little Chef or Pillsbury Doughboy enough to make a minifigure out of it. I don't know what that says about me. It must be how much I valued food as a child, hence the belly I have now. But the really interesting thing about this minifigure is that head. I mean, a lot of this is pretty sort of basic stuff. That's an old Lego Chef hat. They might still use those. Old chef body, just some white, well, once white trousers, once white hands. Well, they're still white, once white arms. Really horribly discoloured thing, and that head, as I said, is really the interesting part here, and it's absolutely battered, which is really annoying because in later years I would find out this is a really rare head. I mean, you look at the back of it. What was I doing to this thing? Was I biting it? Was I biting that as a child? Very odd. Yeah, this head is from a really, really, really now quite rare minifigure of the Nesquik Bunny. I think I got it in a magazine. We bought a magazine and it came with the Nesquik Bunny minifigure just because me and my brother thought it looked cool. And it came with this head, and it came with a bit you put over it to make it look like a rabbit. It was like the Chima minifigures they do these days. I don't think they even do Chima anymore. But yeah, it was that sort of thing where you pop the head over it, like they do with a lot of Lego these days. Yeah, and underneath that had those weird little eyes and that nice little smile, and that just reminded me of the Little Chef / Pillsbury Doughboy. So much that I made it into a minifigure, finding other pieces I had. But yeah, like I said, that minifigure of the Nesquik Bunny is super rare now. I think it goes for quite a bit of money. And I didn't know that as a kid, and I just ripped it all apart, bit the head apparently, and used it for my Pillsbury Doughboy minifigure, which isn't too smart of me, but you know, you're a kid, you're there to have fun. You don't know the value of these things when you're younger. The hat has to be put on just slightly, because if you put on too much, it covers up his eyes. So yeah, I always had to sort of just put it on quite lightly. I don't think this was the only minifigure I made as a kid. I think I tried to make a Mario. I had a mustache and some dungarees and a red hard hat I put together to make a Mario minifigure. I don't think I have him anymore. But I still have this guy somehow. Despite everything, all the awesome Lego sets I've lost or deconstructed since I was a kid, this guy remains, which is it's quite funny. I quite like seeing him again. I might put him out on display somewhere. But he's so discoloured. I might try and find some new arms and legs, maybe a new hat for him, and maybe even somehow find a new head. But yeah, I just thought I'd share this with you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever built any sort of weird minifigures like this. If you had this Nesquik Rabbit minifig, if you still got it, it might be worth some money. So check it, keep an eye on how much it's worth on Bricklink and eBay and whatnot. I just thought I'd share this with you guys as a fun little video, as I like to do here on the channel. Okay guys, take care.